Namaste, up kase ha. Ni hao ma? How are you today? Hi, my name is David and I've just greeted you in the 3 top most spoken languages in the world: Hindi, Mandarin, and English. Welcome to chapter 3 of the Marriage Notebook. In the previous chapter, I spoke about the importance of understanding the emotional bank account, in short, EBA. That is because if your EBA with your spouse is in a negative zone, you will find it's very difficult to live with her because he or she will be very easily upset or irritated by the things that you say or you do. That's normal, right? Because imagine somebody owes you a huge sum of money, you wouldn't like the person a lot, right? So similarly, if you owe your wife a huge sum of emotional debt, she wouldn't react that positively to you. So it's vital that we learn how to make big deposits into each other's EBA. And that's the objective of today, where I'll introduce the 5 love languages, which is a concept introduced by Dr. Gary Chapman in his best-selling book, The 5 Love Languages. It's pretty obvious that in order to communicate, we need to speak the same language, right? Else we wouldn't be able to understand each other. And for relationships, especially for marriages, there's a special language known as the love language. It is a way where we communicate love. Let me give you a very typical example at home. Usually a wife will do a lot of the housework as a sign of love to the husband. But a husband may not feel love from all the housework that she does because that's not his primary love language. His primary love language could be other languages like physical touch or gifts. Similarly, a husband tries to show love to the wife by buying lots of gifts for her. Somehow she does not seem to appreciate it. You normally hear husbands saying, "Oh, but I bought her everything. I bought her everything that she wants." But it could be that he is away most of the time and he just splurge on gifts for the wife, thinking that it's enough for the relationship, which is not the case. So it's important to understand each other's primary and secondary love language, because each of us do speak all 5 languages, but we have a primary and a secondary one where it makes the biggest impact to our EBA. That is why we need to understand what these primary and secondary languages are. It is not easy to know even your own primary and secondary love language, which is why I've included a link below my video where you can do a simple survey to find out your own primary and secondary love language, and then you can share it with your spouse. Let's move on to the 5 love languages. The first one would be words of affirmation. Meaning that if your spouse is doing a good job helping you, say, to iron your clothes, you could tell her, "Hey darling, thank you so much for ironing my clothes so well." So that is words of affirmation. Affirming the things that your spouse does, or affirming your spouse herself. Maybe by just saying, "Darling, you're really very good in cooking. I love your cooking. I appreciate your cooking." So these are words of affirmation. The second love language is acts of service. Acts of service, for example, doing household chores, helping her to get groceries. That's acts of service. The third love language, physical touch, physical intimacy. I believe most guys speak this language as their primary or secondary love language, because to guys, physical intimacy is important. The 4th love language, quality time. Quality time. I would add that it is also important to have a reasonable quantity of time. Imagine you tell your spouse, "Oh, darling, every day I want to spend 5 minutes quality time with you." Do you think that will be enough? No, there has to be a certain quantity as well, right? At least an hour or 2 hours. 5 minutes of quality time definitely would not make it. right? So time, the fourth love language. The last love language is receiving gifts. Mentioned by my example just now, giving each other gifts. That could be your spouse's primary love language. So here they are, the 5 love languages. Understanding your spouse's primary and secondary love language will help you to make big deposits into his or her EBA. Because if her love language is acts of service and you only give her gifts, I'm afraid you only make very little deposit into his or her EBA. So you need to speak the proper love language. That's why you need to do the assessment below, okay? In the next chapter, I will share with you a 6th love language. There's something new, right? It's a 6th love language would probably help you to make even bigger deposits into each other's EBA. Thank you for your time today. I hope to see you soon again. Take care and God bless your marriage.